An apparent immigration sweep in the West Valley turns violent today. A struggle between immigration demonstrators and Peoria police. It happened near 69th Avenue in Peoria.
The protest started as Homeland Security investigators were executing a search warrant in that area. 12 News journalist Sean Rice was there when this all unfolded. And Sean, what did you see?
Yeah, Tram and Troy, good afternoon to you both. Peoria police told us late this afternoon that Homeland Security Investigations was the agency here in this area this morning executing a search warrant. It was at a home here behind me along a residential street that's just south of Peoria Avenue, here right in the heart of Peoria. But little did these people know there were no immigration arrests being made. People were showing up here to protest what they thought was activity by ICE officers who may be making immigration-related arrests, but they were wrong. That was misinformation that was spread throughout the community. There were no arrests for immigration-related matters being made here. Again, misinformation, but it escalated into a lot more with Peoria police officers. Let's take you to some Sky 12 video. This was right around noon as these undercover officers were taking items out of that home where they had a search warrant signed by a judge. That's a home along North Lane, again, as I mentioned, just south of Peoria Avenue. Peoria police say this was all a part of an ongoing investigation into drug-related crimes, but within minutes, several dozen people showed up and they began shouting at Peoria police officers who were here in this area doing traffic control. That protest was not very disruptive or violent. That was until people in all black clothing and face masks showed up. That's when this scene played out right in front of our eyes. Peoria police say one of their officers was assaulted by a person who opened a black umbrella, and that person charged at an officer. As that person was being handcuffed, other people started throwing water and cussing at the officers. Multiple people I saw were even spitting on those officers. Officers had to deploy their tasers to keep the peace in this area, and after several minutes, that person was taken away in a patrol car and things calmed down from there. Now, people who live near where this all played out, they tell me the protest they feel did not have to get this violent.
I'm all for everybody protesting peacefully. You know, that's great if that's what you're going to do. But when you're going to come out here and you're going to be spitting in police officers' faces, putting your hands on them, pushing them around just for simply doing their job, you know, that's uncalled for.
And again, just to be clear, there were no immigration-related arrests made during the execution of today's search warrant. Peoria police say, again, that misinformation spread incredibly quickly on social media, that ICE was here to conduct some sort of in-home raid, when they tell us that is not why they were here at all. Now, this chaotic scene, as it unfolded just after noon today, it's been relatively quiet since then. I would say since about 12:30 this afternoon and on, it's been incredibly quiet in this area. That's because when the undercover federal officers left and Peoria police officers followed behind them, so too did the protesters and really those agitators. Again, the people dressed in all black clothing. They did not have megaphones to protest peacefully. It seemed as though they were here just to cause chaos. We're live in Peoria. Sean Rice, 12 News.
And Sean, you know, one of the things that we've seen over the course of these ICE investigations is ICE is not commenting on what they're doing or what's going on. And I think sometimes that leads to some of these misunderstandings of what's happening.
Yeah, Troy, you're absolutely right. People will contact us often and say they feel as though they've seen ICE activity in their neighborhoods or in a certain part of the valley. When we reach out to ICE for operational reasons and safety of their officers, they typically can't tell us if they're even there and what they're doing there. In a statement this afternoon, they did tell us that they are increasing their operations here in the valley, that you may see them throughout here as a directive from the Trump administration to make immigration's arrests for people who may be in the country illegally. But you're absolutely right. It can lead to situations like this where misinformation can spread. Back to you.
All right, Sean, thank you.